Well, hello, all of my friends. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. I am your host, Ramadi. And today we have got a semi-automatic potion lab. I had a couple, actually more than a couple requests in game, which is fantastic. Because I never, ever use anything but an invisibility potion, so I've never actually needed to build one of these before. Reasonably happy with it. It's not giant, decent size though. And as I said, semi-automatic. So if we push a button, then in here we will get our nether wart, and in a moment we will get our glistening melon. So each of these are for your unique potion. You can expand it out that way as far as you want. I only built 6 because when I started playing Minecraft, there was only 6 potions, and there's a lot more of them today. So, yeah, you can expand it out. And then these guys here are just for some unique ingredients like adding splash, adding duration, that kind of thing. There used to only be 4. I didn't know if they had added more of them or not, so I went ahead and did 6 over here just in case. So you might have a couple things back there for no reason, but that's okay, I think. And so this guy right here for your water bottles. So it'll always refill your guy down here with water bottles, which is kind of nice. But yeah, let's build her. Righto. So what we need to start with then is the facade, the face, the front. So we're going to go 4 up and now 5 across, and now on the other side we're just going to mirror so that we have our nice little shape like this. And in the middle, this is going to leave us a 2x3 area, and on that area what we can now do is put some levers, or if you live in the States, levers, whichever you prefer. And then on the back of those guys, right here, what we want to do is torches, so that when we turn the lever down, torch goes off. Yeah, basic redstone. And now from there, we're going to start here on the left. We're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out, 7 out, and then up 2. And now just come back, and that's going to leave us this little window here, 1x6 window. 4, 5, 6. And now here we want to put buttons. And now again on the back of these buttons what we want is torches. So what we've done here then is each individual button is going to be for a different potion. And it doesn't have to be 6. I, to be perfectly honest with you, don't use a lot of potions, so I don't even know how many there are. But this is expandable out that direction if you want 9 buttons or 12 buttons, or however many potions you want to kind of automate. It'll go out there. So these guys will then run the essential ingredients, and then these guys will run any extra ingredients that you might put in, like redstone dust, gunpowder, that kind of thing. So yeah, and then we obviously need to put our potion lab, which we will go ahead and stick right there. And now on this guy, we're just going to make a little window for him that we'll be able to look through. And that is pretty much the front of the machine done. So yeah, we need to get some droppers going. Okay then, right, redstone. So on the top of our little potion lab here, we're going to put 1, 2, 3 hoppers, and everything is pretty much going to feed in through there. And then here on the side, kind of the outer corner here on the side, we are going to put a hopper. No block right there. And then on the top of this hopper, what we're actually going to put is a chest. And that chest is going to be for water bottles. So again, one of the goals is that I wanted this to have easy access to refill and all that kind of jazz. And so this chest will then just constantly fill our hopper and then into the potion lab with water bottles. And then as you notice, why it's a semi-automatic potion lab is there's nothing taking the finished potions out. And I've actually played around with that, and I have actually had quite a bit of trouble with it. So there will be an automated one, a fully auto. Just not quite yet. I personally like the semi-auto one. Anyway, enough talking. I need to get the other side here on that done, just like that. And now, if you go ahead and get some stairs, believe it or not, you can put those stairs on top of your chest, like that. And it'll go ahead and it'll still open in. You know, obviously for magenta clay, stone brick stair may not be the best option. But just to demonstrate, you know, you can still open the chest. It's not a full block. Right, so to the redstone, as promised, on the back here with these torches, we want to go ahead and put a line of wool. And then on the top of that wool, we will stick torches. And now on the top of those torches, going to have more wool. So the net effect here is that when I push a button, this torch on top will now turn on. And if we go get some droppers, not dispensers, droppers, we can now put them on the side of the torch, there, and have them face inward, not up or down. We want them to face inward. Yeah, so now when we push button, the dropper is independently run, which is kind of nice. And now across the top here, we just put some redstone. And now on the corner right here, we're going to have one more dropper. And this dropper guy right here, if we go get some nether wart, we can put our nether wart up into that dropper. And now anytime we go ahead and push a button, it's going to dispense our nether wart into here. So it's going to start making the awkward potion, and we purposely put this one right here so that it has the shortest distance to travel, so that it's always the first thing that goes into the potion. And now for these guys over here, on your second hopper, we're going to go ahead and we are going to daisy chain some hoppers, just like that. So now, so let's say we go get some glistening melons. We put them in, I'm going to put them in the fourth dropper right there. So now when we hit the button, we will get the nether wart into our awkward potion, and then next in line is going to be our glistening melon. There you go. So yeah, that's kind of basic idea of how at least the simple part is going to work. The rest of this, unfortunately, gets a little more involved, a little uglier, and that just has to do with the optional ingredients that we may or may not want to add. So we will come back and do those in a moment. So yeah, like I said, this part here, a little more involved, not super happy with it. But yeah, so right here, off of that line from the top of the torch, we want blocks coming out, and we need to go up and then over, and then cut that guy out because he will need to be a hopper. And then on the end here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out, just like that. And go ahead and run right here with a repeater, just so there's no crosstalk with that dropper, which was a problem. And now here on the other side, we're just going to run a line of redstone. And yeah, so I'm going to change wool. I'm going to go get pink, and we're going to build it out like this. And now on the top of those pink guys, we're going to put some repeaters facing out. And now, time for the blue wall. Up 2. And now sticky piston, whoops, like that, facing up. And we're just going to run a line of stickies like that. And now just for contrast, I am going to go ahead and put the green wool across the front, and that's just so I can see it move. You can put whatever you want there. Yeah, and then what we want on the front of that is just going to be droppers facing outward. Like so. Kill the wool. And the idea here is that if we now run lines beneath each of these pistons, when this pops up, the button push over here is now going to power the line, which will then power that dropper. And that's how we choose selectively what we want to be in the potion. So yeah, we'll just bring our dropper up hopper up immediately. And now, just like on the other side, we run our line across the front, like that. And so now really, you know, the hard part of the construction is what's left. This is, I think, easy to understand. This is just daisy chaining hoppers and carrying items and all that. What we need to do now is we need to get each of these 6 individual lines into a piston guy down here, which gets a little interesting. So yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, the blue line. If you've ever done a combination lock, then this is going to look reasonably familiar to you. So the first 3 of these that we want to do are going to look kind of like this. So we're going to have a torch underneath, and then the second one out, and then the third one out, and just a torch and a torch, just like that. So that's going to get us to these first 3 pistons right here. To finish the circuit on this first guy, just a repeater right there, so this bottom middle torch is going to run that guy. So if we come over here and push it, you'll see it move, and now it'll go back down. And so to get the next 2, we actually need to do a little bit of work on the bottom. So beneath the torches on the bottom left and the bottom right, you're just going to put some redstone dust like that, so that the torch powers it. And now we're going to go 3 repeaters out on both sides. Don't put them on any delay, just 1 tick delay. And we did that because we actually want to build above them like this. So this torch right here is now going to power that repeater. And if you don't click the hopper, then you'll be able to place repeaters there. And now on this last one, which is the block with the torch, we just want redstone dust so that it will turn that torch off. And now on the other side, we actually want to go 4 repeaters out, and much the same process, just put blocks above those repeaters just like that. Redstone dust here, and then repeaters on their way just like that. Simple enough. So these guys down here on the bottom are what we need to look at next. And the concept for these is going to be slightly different. We're actually going to put blocks here in the middle, and then on top of those blocks is going to be a torch, and this will get 4 and 5 just like that. So here on this side, the block directly beneath that is going to be solid, so that repeater here on the end now powers that guy, and then here is just a piece of redstone, which will then flip that torch, so bring it down. On the other side, same concept. We can go ahead and put a solid block, and now repeaters just into that, like that, and it'll do the same trick. Easy enough. And that just leaves us with this guy here on the end. And for him, we're going to use the same little torch guy, just like that. And the torch that we have left is this one here, top middle. And I'm not super excited about how we're going to carry this, but that's okay. We'll do it anyway. Now, notice you have to come straight across. If you don't, if you go here, it would have to be a piece of redstone. And now it's going to crosstalk with that torch, so that's not okay. So straight across. And in the middle here, redstone dust, redstone on that side, and then this guy needs to be a repeater for the same reason, so we don't crosstalk with that torch right there. Yeah, and now we're just going to kind of walk ourselves down, just like that. All of this here, and I'm going to go ahead and get caught under the hoppers for a moment, but I'm going to go ahead and break that guy so you can see this doesn't cross. All the way down here until this block, it can be redstone dust. And now this one being powered by that repeater will crosstalk, so we need a repeater here. And then obviously this, not good because of the redstone. So repeater there as well. And now it's pretty simple from here on out. You can just use redstone. And now I'll go and put that guy on the end, and it runs. And so now if we come play with the levers out here, then they will go ahead and build our... There. Perfect. So they all work. Now we'll put them back down. So yeah, that's the machine done. I mean, pretty simple, I think. Not too bad. A little involved right there. But yeah, you know, semi-automatic potion lab. I will get to work on an automated version of it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Always a pleasure to have you guys. See you next time.